Welcome back to the Broken Respawn podcast. I'm TBSliver, and joining me today is SarinTal.
Yo.
And Lucian v Ghost.
Good evening, everyone.
And we're here today to chat all sorts of randomness about gaming and whatever hell else we've been up to. So, Lucian, what have you been up to this week?
What have I been up to?
Yeah, so we're here today.
Boy. Let's open a can of worms, shall we? Let's see. We start off with an 11.5-hour stream with our friend Wasted Space, which was a whole load of fun. Then we move on to not being able to stay awake for more than 5 minutes, leading to missing several streams this week. Yeah, in general, it's been an interesting week. Other than that, I made my first ever motorbike in SE the other day.
Ooh.
Yeah, I made a motorbike and then I called it the Delta V, and Wasted immediately called a copyright claim on it.
Of course,
not really.
Of course,
but not really. But it was funny to me at the time. So yeah, that's been my week. Sarin, how's your week been?
Pass.
Yeah,
Pass.
no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. No.
Home on WCB. Sick as a dog right now. And everything else has been going on.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna start with that right now.
It's-
Pass.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a week for you.
Just a tad.
So all the love to Sarin if you see him around. And myself, I've been unable to sleep as well. What is it? The theme this week it seems to be lack of sleep.
I don't know. I was not able to sleep last night. Again, that's because I couldn't breathe and I kept waking up going, ha.
Was that literally the notion? It was like, ha.
Sliver, no, sorry, Sarin has become a Minecraft villager, confirmed.
Ha.
Yeah.
I know, I can't even do that because my nose is blocked.
Yes. Oh God. No. I mean, yeah. The other bit I did was I spent what 6 to 9 hours in the Atlas dev kit because I'm insane.
I mean, yes, you are. We already established that, Sliver.
And it was. I mean, we may have figured it out, but we haven't got. The export didn't work after I totaled my stream the other day. Trying to do the upload. Yeah, don't press the upload button in the Atlas dev kit when you finish when you're streaming, kids, because it just goes, "Oh, you've got bandwidth." No, you haven't. Not anymore. It's gone. It's mine now. And just
let's be honest, you don't have bandwidth as it is.
That's true enough. That's true enough. I am skirting the edge right now as we stream. But yes, yeah. So it looks like we've all had a bit of a meh week.
This month's a write-off. Next
month's a write-off. Yeah, can we have a restart? Can we restart it again? Yeah. I mean, and there's oh God. I mean, there's been Kremlik was pulling out his hair just before as well because someone decided that in their infinite wisdom, doing like 6 different things right before we're going live is great. Me and Glorious
what
Two
did you
Frames.
do?
Yes. Humble Bundle literally posted a showcase 2 hours before the podcast, and Kremlik saw that and went, "No, I'm going for a nap. Screw this shit. I'm out." So,
and can we blame him?
No, really not. Not after the week. Not with ourselves. But Humble have launched some new games. We'll probably end up chatting about those next time, because I've just quickly looked at the things, and it's like there's a weird mix of games that they've got there. Like some
I need to look at this.
Yeah, some are like
games bundle.
Yeah, it's not a bundle. It's a straight up it was a showcase announcement, and so they've got like what's the game? The names aren't straight there. Monaco 2 has been announced.
Interesting.
Coral Island, which looks very much like Palia. In terms of it's a farming sim, tropical island game. Murder, gods, and romance, and more in Stray Gods, a role-playing musical, which looks interesting, but I can't play the thing because the music's probably going to kill me. Kill that. Grey Irma, which is a 2D slasher game. Yeah, looks very much like one of the ones I played on Short Play the other week. Then we've got Ghost Souls is another Metroidvania. And
interesting.
Yeah. And then a rhythm game called Infinite Guitars.
Infinite Guitars. Yeah. Oh, and I'm still going. I'm still scrolling. There's more. They've just added more games to it. Oh my god. There's like 3 or 4 other games. We'll probably have a proper rundown of this later. But yeah,
next time.
Yeah, this is the humble publishers, not the bundle thing. They kind of there's multiple companies on there. So yeah.
Yeah.
But
go off screen for a sec.
No worries. And yeah, there's been so many other announcements, other events and stuff happened this week. So yeah. You can actually I think some stuff that we missed last week.
Sets fire to the net.
Yeah, something like that. Something we missed last week was some Pokemon news.
Yeah. So one thing that we didn't get to mention was that if you guys do have Legends of Arceus, there is a code that gets you 30 Ultra Balls, 30 Gigaton Balls, and 30 Jet Balls to use upon your adventure there. It is called the code is Arceus Adventure. It is all caps. It doesn't fill up the entire code bars. That confused me. It's like, hang on, there's only 13 to 16 characters here. Is that the full code? I guess tried it and it worked. I mean, usually that doesn't work, but I guess they counted for it. So it's like, whatever. I mean, it's great, especially when you're running low on resources. It's like, I could use this right about now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. However, there is a time cap on that. Do it before the end of March. So you've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks to get it. So if you haven't got it by the next time.
And if you're watching this video past March, well...
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's also an event on where you can get Arceus and Darkrai? Or Darkrai in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl by having a Pokemon Arceus save and doing a few little magic things. Basically, what is it? Get the National Dex, return to your room, and get the Azure Flute. Yeah, there's a magical bit to do that. The news for that will be on Pokemon.com. So
if not Pokemon.com, Cerebi.net. Like there's a whole wherever you find your favorite Pokemon walkthroughs.
Yeah. So same for Darkrai. Yeah, both do various different ways. It's not an event; it's just happening. So it's happened. It's happening. You can just do it.
It's a thing. Go do the thing. Sliver, have you done the thing?
No.
Yeah, Sliver has not done the thing.
Sliver
never does the thing.
Nope.
Never does the... No, Sliver does do the thing on occasion. He just forgets.
Yeah, possibly.
I am interested in this next thing, though, the Dead Space remake.
Yeah.
For those of you that watched my Halloween stream playing through Dead Space 1 and having Lady Saren scare the shit out of me at 2 individual times, if you've not seen that. Oh, go back and watch those clips of my Twitch channel because that was funny as all hell. I am interested to see the remake of Dead Space.
Yes, I didn't even know they were doing a remake actually.
This is news to me. Yeah. Thanks, Crumlick.
Yeah, thanks, Crumlick. This is why we have someone that looks at the notes and stuff because then we know what the hell's going on. But yeah, they've done some deep dives into the audio system to make it to kind of bring it up to the modern system, the modern day. So, you know, updating with all the new technology you can actually do, like stuff about changing his voice and breathing and heart rate. Like when he's trying to talk, changing his voice pattern depending on if he's running or something like that. That sounds like what?
I mean, that's great, because I mean, if the guy's talking like this while at a full sprint, then yeah,
it's a bit immersion ending,
right?
But I mean, I've not managed to play that yet. You enjoyed the whole thing. How did it take you to get through?
I think I did it in 3 sittings for the first game. 3-4 sittings. It was just for the month of October.
Okay.
And I know I missed 1 day in that. So, you know what? I would love to see them if they're doing a whole remake of this game. I would love to see a VR port for it.
A VR port. Ooh. Would that work in Dead Space though? Because it's a third person.
Make it like Half-Life Alyx.
Would work. That could work. I mean, that's another game I've not managed to play, so I'd love to.
That was still hands down my favorite VR game, and when there's so many custom maps and mods for it right now, it's you can have a whole new experience in it as well.
Yeah. God, I need to get a VR setup. Have you ever done any VR, Lucian?
I, surprisingly, considering my constant bemoaning of the fact that I am poor as all hell, I actually have. My partner owns a VR headset, and I have had a small amount of VR experience. Not much, I'll grant you, but I have had a small amount of VR experience.
Some of that settles it. You just need a sugar daddy or a sugar girl.
Definitely. That works.
yeah. Sliver just needs a sugar daddy.
Great.
Sugar daddy, sugar mama.
Yeah. Although I don't. I mean, I don't think you're not a fan of horror games, are you? Really, Lucian? So, would you play Dead Space?
My stance on horror games is this. Most horror games I will not play. Dead Space is an exception. I would play Dead Space.
Okay.
I would. And the thing is, now I'm not a massive horror person, right? I'm not a massive horror person at all. But there are a few horror games that I look at and I go, you know what? I'd play that. And they're few and far between, but Dead Space's story and the sort of the vibe of the game actually make me want to play it.
Interesting.
I'm surprised you haven't played Half-Life Alyx then. In the VR?
Well, as I've said, the VR headset belongs to my partner, and I don't have it here. So, and also, even then, it's a case of having to own Half-Life Alyx in the first place.
Yeah, it's not a cheap game because it's a AAA title, so it's
Yep.
And it's not a cheap game with the VR,
So then, Sliver, in that case, get yourself an HTC Vive because it comes with it.
It comes with the. I think you get it for free as well if you buy a Steam. I was going to say Steam Link. That's the wrong.
Steam Deck.
Nope, not Steam Deck either. Valve Index. There we go. Comes with a Valve Index.
Right. Sorry, Valve Index, not H. My bad. I got the wrong one.
Close enough. So, like in that case,
where's my coffee?
I don't know. With that then, so. There are horror games you'd play, but they've got to have, I don't know, a story to them, or... There
are horror games I would play. They need to have a specific vibe to them and a specific sort of style of presentation, if you will.
Yeah.
So story games like, for example, Dead Space that have like a decent amount of story in them, like that they're built and designed around the story, essentially.
Yeah.
Those I would play. I wouldn't play something like Alien, for example, which, although it has story, it is very reliant on the player knowing about the films and, to a degree, mainly looking for the jump scares.
Yeah.
And I'm not keen on jump scares.
Yeah, you're not. You'd rather horror for the story rather than horror for the sake of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So you
gives us an idea to start looking at certain things.
Because there is a lot of horror stories.
Vampire is another one that I would play.
Right.
Vampire. It's relatively new. It's actually on my wish list, surprisingly. It isn't so much horror as horror adjacent.
Okay.
But it is another one of those games that I would be interested in playing. It's actually shortlisted as one of the games I would do a full playthrough on.
Okay.
I would recommend looking at the series then Fear.
I've looked at Fear. There is a degree of interest there for me. Not as much as other games, though.
I think I got the.
I'm actually fairly sure I own Fear, along with Amnesia as well.
I have to go get Fear from my buddy that I let him borrow the physical copy.
Oh right, real copy. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I had Fear as a physical copy.
Nice. You don't get. Definitely not a thing these days.
Fear is a no for me.
Yeah. Kremlik's not for that sort of scary. I think Aegis actually from my community got me Fear for last year. I think.
Fear is a great series. I remember playing through that one. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and then I uninstalled it because I was so scared of it later.
Wow.
Games like, for example, games like Outlast and Alien. I wouldn't play those. Those don't interest me. Like, they are there. They're not there purely for the horror, but their main focus is the horror.
Yeah.
Whereas games like Dead Space, their main focus is the story, and that's what I'm there for.
Yeah, the story just happens to involve a horror element. That's the major part of it, but you know, the storyline is these giant sodding monsters that are difficult to kill are after you.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, again, with mentioning Half-Life Alyx earlier, that's not as much. That's an adventure game more than anything, isn't it? Action adventure.
I mean, it's got a lot of good story into it.
Oh, it's a story-based one, but it's an action story rather than a horror story. So, but yeah. That's. I mean, Dead Space. I'm looking forward to that because I did start Dead Space a while ago and never got massively far with it, unfortunately. But it's due out in 2023. So, forward for that one. Keep an eye on our channels, and some of us may actually play it.
Some of us, not all of us, but some of us.
Some of us might have time to play it.
Apologies, all. Like I said, I am a little under the weather today. I'm gonna have to step away for a quick minute.
Okay, no worries, man.
So, what is next on our agenda?
Yes, we have the PlayStation State of Play, which, oddly enough, is not. It's mostly non-exclusive titles, which is unusual for PlayStation. Like Sony and PlayStation are the very common to have exclusives, especially on like their announcements. that you just can't get anywhere. Like Horizon Forbidden West. I was going to say Zero Dawn for a second, but I'm literally playing that on PC right now. But yeah, I mean, so there's there's loads of new ones. Although some of them are already also bad things, like Forspoken, which is a new action adventure from Square Enix. Has been delayed.
Of course, it's been delayed.
Of course.
There's always going to be delays.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's now due October 11th. Forspoken's it's one of those, I've forgotten the particular term, where someone's transported to another realm. There's actually a
isekai, I think.
I think that's the word for it.
Yeah.
Sounds like one of those, like a New Yorker transported to the beautiful and cruel land of Athia. So yeah, looks very interesting with very fast pace. It's a third person game with some quite fast movement. Looks kind of interesting, but we'll see more when it comes out. More footage of Ghostwire Tokyo, which I think you said you were interested in.
Ghostwire Tokyo is another one of those horror, but not, if you will. It's another horror adjacent thing.
Right.
And I was looking at it and I was going, it was one of those games that I mentioned that I was interested in playing. I would be interested on playing this. So, yeah.
I mean, again, it's like there's actually a prelude of the game available on Steam right now.
Yes, a visual novel prelude for those who are interested.
Yeah, I hadn't actually seen that. It's a free comic style.
It's
cell shaded.
It's a visual novel, so it's a comic in video game form, essentially.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It looks kind of interesting. The storyline, it's a good one to get into storyline because I don't think there's been any Ghostwire. Is Ghostwire Tokyo a new?
I believe
venture?
It's relatively new. Yes.
Yeah. Because I've not. Again, yeah, it's not really based on any previous games. Yeah, no. First, I mean, it's more of an act. They keep saying it's an action adventure game rather than a horror, but I'm guessing there is a reasonable amount of horror elements.
I would assume so. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. New IP. Okay, that's cool. And then, yeah, they also announced Stranger of Paradise. Oh, Final Fantasy. Right. Final Fantasy Origins. More Final Fantasy games.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hades will be happy about that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Due tomorrow, actually, as of time of streaming this, 72-hour early access for tomorrow, which is nice. And has a demo drop for PlayStation and Xbox, which is quite good. So if you're into your Final Fantasy, that's a fun one for that. Have you played many Final Fantasies? Any Final Fantasies?
I have not. Okay, well, I say I have not. I played Final Fantasy 7. Is it? What's the online one? Is that 7?
14? 14 is the current online one.
Probably one of the two. I played that briefly. I played the free trial. I did not enjoy it. I will say that much.
Yeah, I've heard that unfortunately it's one of those ones of after the starter content it gets better, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Which is also one of the reasons I've not managed to go back to that. It feels like it takes a long time to get going on that, but that's just the that's just the actual single player story as well on it. So it's different for every Final Fantasy as well, as far as I understand. They're all like different. There's a constant theme between them, sort of some crystals, I think. I don't know. Cade's actually talked through this. I don't even remember. We have to get Cades on at some point to actually talk about this because because I'm sure he'll just talk the hind legs off a donkey with them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh,
yes.
God. So yes, but that's coming tomorrow. So have a look at that. And then we got onto Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There's a that's a series an IP I've not heard about in a long time, to be fair.
Well, to be fair, it is an IP I've heard about recently.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, so I've heard about it recently because of the Batman crossover.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So in film news, as it were, TMNT are actually DC Comics, yes.
Okay.
So they at least I believe they're DC Comics. I'm not 100% on that. I couldn't tell you
offhand.
Yeah.
TMNT DC. They aren't part of either Marvel or DC's fictional universes. The rights are currently owned by IDW Publishing, so they're they're independent.
Okay,
they're independent.
Fair enough. Independent is rare these days.
Yeah,
independent is rare, but not bad. Not bad at all. But no, the reason I have heard of TMNT recently is because they had an animated Batman movie crossover.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, just relatively interesting, relatively good writing as well.
A good start.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's.
I didn't even know that was even a thing. I was like, what? Hang on, Batman. Was he working with them, against them? How did they end up in Gotham City?
To with. It's
it's one of those.
So I haven't watched the film myself.
Okay.
I have seen clips on YouTube. Like it's a film that I'm like, I will watch it if I feel like it and if I have the time. I won't go dedicatedly looking to watch it, essentially.
No, that's fair. That's fair. No, I mean, yeah. It's all right. Welcome back, Sarin.
Sorry about that.
No
what did I miss?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was the subject we were just on. Specifically the Batman versus TMNT crossover that I'd never even heard happened.
Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
Well, it was very recent, in fairness, I think. Or at least within the last year or so.
Fair enough. Yeah, but this is because in the State of Play, there's a Cowabunga collection with 13 titles in one bundle. So if you're into your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games, that's coming out soon on Sony. I was going to say on Sony, on PlayStation. Blah.
I mean, you're technically correct there.
It's the. I'm going to play on the Sony.
Okay, there, Grandpa.
Yep.
You
young kids these days with your Xbox 360s and your PlayStation 5s. Back in my day, we only had a Sony and an Atari, and that was it.
And you weren't allowed them in the same house because it caused arguments.
Oh, dearie me.
Oh, it's definitely.
It's like calling everything the Nintendo. Yes.
Right.
Oh God. And then there's So with all that, if you're into your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles games, again mentioning Katie's earlier because we mentioned Final Fantasy, he's going to get that. I can guarantee he'll get that if he's got. I think he's got a PlayStation. But yeah. So it's got so many games, including some old ones for the Game Boy, which I think I actually recognize the names for some of those. Like friends had them at the time they came out.
Yeah, I never owned them. I had friends that had them. Go over their house, play. Good times.
And ignore the friend.
Yeah. Yep.
No, because a lot of these were cooperatives, so you could have like 4 people on the playing
Okay.
each room.
I just remember that when I was younger, I had a friend who had a Game Boy, and I'd just go over, and then I'd be on the Game Boy the entire time, and I'd ignore the friend because that was a Game Boy.
Nice.
Remember the good old days where if you wanted to trade Pokemon, you needed a link cable and a bunch of friends?
I feel like that was the start of my YouTube career right there. I'd play the game, ignore everyone around me, and everyone would watch. Yeah, that feels about right, to be honest.
Big plans. That was... Oh god.
Big plans for little me.
One day I'll be paid for playing games. One day that'll happen.
Rip.
Oh dear. Yeah, and then there's...
Remember we got told we'd never earn anything playing games?
Oh god,
how wrong they were
growing up.
How wrong they were. We earn a cent now.
Yes, we have earned money playing games online. We win.
Hey, me playing games online pays for the games I wish to play, so I'm good.
Exactly.
I'm
It's
good.
a self-fulfilling self-fulfilling prophecy? That's not actually... Wait, no.
Well,
That's not the right
technically.
close enough.
It's a self-sustaining addiction.
There we go. Self-sustaining addiction, yes.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, no, that's actually perfect. Yeah. Speaking of self-sustaining addictions, there's a lot of fighting titles coming out, which... do any of us actually play any fighting games? Like
I mean, the only fighting game I played was the
if
My
you
Hero
count
Academy one on the
Apex,
Switch.
Apex? Fighting is in like
Apex is a battle
side-scroll.
royale.
Side-scroll fighting.
If you're talking about side-scroll fighting, no.
No.
I don't play side-scroll.
I mean-
I don't play side-scroll games in general, honestly.
Okay,
Not
it's not
my
really a
cup of
side
tea.
scroll, it's a 3D environment.
Close.
I mean, kind of like the Dragon Ball Z tournaments and all that.
Yeah.
You've got I played My Hero Academy, which I just saw that My Hero Academy 2 Young Justice is on for sale now on the Switch store, so
Okay.
I might grab that. And that has online multiplayer, so Sliver, if you want to
Maybe.
ever do something stupid.
Maybe. Do something stupid.
yeah.
Me. What? Who do you take me for? Wait, hang on. But yeah, I mean, again, this is a third title that I look at and go, well, that's one for Katie's. Gundam Evolution. Overwatch-inspired title based in the Gundam universe. Okay, so that's actually...
that sounds Katie's. That sounds Katie's.
And then Gigabash, a kaiju arena brawler. That also sounds like Kate's.
Yeah, that also sounds like Kate's.
And then JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
You know what? All-Star, because that's All-Star Battle Royale.
Okay.
So they're bringing in probably JoJo's Bizarre Adventure characters into it, or it's, a new title of the All-Star Battle Royale.
Yeah.
I would not mind playing that, because I would love to see, just a whole bunch of, pick your favorite anime character and go crazy.
That's true.
I mean, there are a couple there. I remember owning almost every single title of the Naruto fighting ones.
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
Naruto. No, I don't, actually. Because that was PlayStation, wasn't it?
It was Xbox.
Was it Xbox?
Yeah.
Was that original Xbox then?
Xbox 360.
Oh, okay. I just missed them. I just didn't play them. I ended up playing... Oh god, what was the big games I ended up playing on Xbox? I can't even look across because I haven't got my collection with me. Although actually I got 3 games. I got Bioshock, Far Cry 2, and Space Marine. Of those 3, I've played Bioshock.
Bioshock's good though.
Oh yeah, no, it's a very good adventure. Adventure?
Yeah.
Action? Adventure. It's an adventure game.
Action adventure game.
Yeah. Almost roleplay. RPG-ish,
Pass.
kind of.
Pass on that one.
Actually, that's a fair point. Would you kindly?
Kindly.
Oh god.
Unfortunately, I can't do the accent for Andrew Ryan because his accent's very American.
Yeah.
But I can do a very good "Would you kindly?"
No.
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 Nope.
Nope.
Hard pass.
Yeah, hard pass.
That's got to be a button now. Anytime, like we need to each have a button that just like triggers a pass or hard pass above our heads. It's like no.
Nope.
I need to meet. I should probably make that a stream alert. Actually, I should probably do a "Would you kindly" stream alert because I did play through both Bioshocks when I went on stream.
I want to get around to playing through those again. Although I think Bioshock 1 was when I started right at the beginning. Like I think actually
it's been remastered now.
I've got it on PC. Yeah, so
it's been remastered. You might as well play it.
Yeah, the downside was all the music's DMCA. All the music. Because that's the problem I had.
I played through Bioshock the first time on YouTube.
Yeah.
Not good.
No.
Not good.
I think that's where I tried it.
I can probably go back and still see the copyright claims on those videos.
Whoops.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they're legitimate as well. They can't.
And Fallout 3 as well.
Oh, God.
Fallout 3 as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next game I'm going to play is the new Lego Star Wars Skywalker collection. That's going to be interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah.
I just hope that they don't. That one's coming out April 5th.
April 5th. I didn't see it in the list, so that's not one I... That's like...
It's not on here. It's just like things we want to play. You mentioned Bioshock. It's like, I really want to play this. I know it's completely like off script, Kremlik, but don't shoot me. Don't shoot me.
It's not a script, it's a set of notes.
What's a script? It's a set of notes. Yeah. I actually, one of the things I did see on here, and I meant to like put it in our like news thing, and I'm just like, with the week I had.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
And I didn't have a chance, but they've introduced a lot of new combat mechanics for a Lego titled game.
Uh-oh.
Like, you could pull an enemy towards you and combo that with lightsaber slashes and kicks and then throw the enemy back away. I'm like,
which one's this
again? I need to play this. The Skywalker Saga, the new one.
Oh, okay.
Lego Star Wars.
New Lego Star Wars out. Oh,
yeah.
No. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just screaming for DMCA, though.
I mean, maybe. I haven't actually got hit by anything while playing SWTOR. The only time you'll get hey, we're gonna mute this right now, is if it's any movie original audio.
That makes sense.
Right? So if it's audio that's been kind of remade for the game, we should be fine. I mean, the only one that I've seen an actual like copyright disclaimer was Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. Well, that's and that's because Disney have got copyright on absolutely goddamn everything that they've ever released. And they're not gonna let just anybody play with that. They've got a safe face, you know. The House of Mouse must survive. You know?
I mean, I got it to work. Played music just slightly over the game audio. It's working.
It works. Yeah. I mean, the only other one on this list from Sony that comes up that I look at is like Valkyria Elysium, and I don't know why that one rings a bell. The Valkyria Elysium series. It's an action RPG from Valkyrie. Sorry, not from Valkyrie, from the Valkyrie series. I don't know why that rings a bell.
I have a Valkyrie game on my Steam, but I've never actually played it.
Yeah. I mean, looking very quickly at the images.
That's Valkyria. That's Valkyria Chronicles.
Valkyria Chronicles. Yeah.
There was a Valkyrie game for, I want to say, PlayStation.
Makes sense.
I mean, yeah, it's. I think my Nairu actually owned it.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's. I mean, it looks very Final Fantasy. Like having a quick glance at it, it looks very much modern Final Fantasy, shiny, over the top swords and armor, sort of role play. action RPG. So no, not one I've played. Again, I have done action RPGs, but not that style. So, but anyway.
It's a good thing I'm not streaming my screen right now, because that is not the Valkyrie game I'm looking for.
Down boy.
Don't look it up, children.
Don't look it up. That is not for barely for adults. Yeah. Which I think that's it for the PlayStation State of Play stuff. Which brings us on to one that I'm really looking forward to. I don't know if Sarin is.
Of course you are.
I don't know if Lucian's going to be as interested in it.
I mean, you know me. Monster Hunter doesn't do it for me. It's too slow. I've said this many a time when it comes to Monster Hunter and games related, sort of like similarly Souls games, for example, as well.
Okay.
The combat in Monster Hunter is too slow for my taste. I like to run around a battlefield, and I like to have a pair of revolvers that I can infinitely fire because they have no reload physics. That's what I like.
Right.
And Monster Hunter doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
Souls games less so. I watched Elden Ring, and I'm like, I'd play Elden Ring because there is a decent amount of speed to some weapons, and I like that. And there's a decent amount of dodging and all of that sort of thing as well. But Monster Hunter is very much set in each weapon is big, and it is heavy, and it is slow. Even the ranged weapons are still slow in Monster Hunter.
I mean, I can see what you mean, but it's not slow. Like, it's faster combat than Elden Ring by a long shot.
To a degree, I suppose.
I mean,
but like, it is personal preference.
Yeah,
of
that's
course.
true. That's true.
And for me, I've just found that Monster Hunter games, I own Monster Hunter World. I tried to play it. It's difficult to say whether I didn't enjoy it because of the game itself or because of the fact that I was playing it on a shit PC at the time.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
I mean,
considering that World is a very beefy game as well.
Yeah.
But I have not managed to find a method of playing Monster Hunter World, a build, if you will, that I personally enjoy fully, essentially. There's always things that crop up that I'm like, okay, well, yeah, but I would enjoy it better if...
Yeah, there probably is a build. There are so many, but there's also, like, further on in the game, there's very few, as it were. There's a lot of meta in the game for that. But that's like that's only if you're playing at the absolute top level. Again, as with any game, if you're playing at the top level, there is a meta. There is like the best set of armor and the best pair of weapons to pair with it. I mean,
that is with every game, but like you guys know me, I'm not in it for the meta.
No.
I'm in it for the style, and I'm in it for the gameplay.
Yeah.
And you can tell that by the fact that I still play Thief in Guild Wars 2, which got nerfed into the ground years ago and never rose again.
I don't know. I mean, with End of Dragons, which is out now, and I still haven't touched it because I just haven't had the time. But I mean, I will definitely say that combat in Rise is faster than combat in World. Like, I'd say substantially faster. They've done a lot of work on a lot of them, but definitely, I think it might be worth looking at revisiting World for a short bit on one of our multiplayer Wednesday streams, just as a
perhaps.
Let's see
how your computer handle it.
Yeah, because your machine will blitz through it now, and it is a very pretty game.
I mean, give me enough heads up because I'm going to have to reinstall that game.
Pretty.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'd have to reinstall it as well.
Yeah, it won't be in the next thing, but it'll be something we do when we've got a fair bit of downtime to look at. But yeah, I mean, Runs for the Rise Sunbreak coming out. We've managed to talk nothing about it Comes out June 30th. They've announced it, and I need to pre-order it. I need to actually pre-order it. So yeah, there's I think the non-spoiler version is 2 brand new, and 3 returning monsters, 2 new subspecies, a new hub zone, new endemic life, and new wirebug actions. If you know what that means, you know.
If you know, you know. If you don't, go.
Yeah, and obviously, Master Rank is returning as the new level up for this new section, which is good because I'd hate to see them just trying to expand Hunter Rank because the high rank, because I know even some of our people on PC are at level 200 already. It's like, what? They've already put like 300 hours in. I've barely managed to scratch 50.
So, nope.
Wait, we need to get. I mean, I'm only level like 6 at the moment, so we need to get you back into that. But especially if Naira's joining.
Yeah, I mean, if Naira joins, then I'll probably, it's one of those games I enjoy more with people than it's like I'm not going to go sit and play this game on my own.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I find with Rise as well. It's a lot more co-op friendly.
I mean, that's just been Monster Hunter games for me in general.
Yeah,
is I've always enjoyed playing them with others than on my own.
Yeah, that's true enough. I find Rise is a lot less grindy than World, so a lot less. You don't have to go and kill the same monster and over and over and over and over again unless you're really unlucky to get the one part you want. But yeah. Yeah, we'll have to play more anyway.
Yup.
Time. Can someone like add like another 30 hours to every day so we can just play for gameplay, only for playing games?
Only I'm happy with that.
Games. Yeah. An extra 30 hours. I'll do.
That would be nice, but unfortunately, time is a linear thing, and we don't have the luxury of being able to manipulate it to our will.
I mean, there is a way to get more time out of a day. We don't sleep, like we haven't this week.
I mean,
you think I sleep anyway?
Let's push the Earth's orbit out a little bit and slow down the rotation.
Let's just move to Pluto.
Oh, God.
It's fine. It'll keep the computer.
It'll be very cold there, Sliver.
The computer's cold. It'll be fine. Okay, the ping time's going to be a bit bad, but
the computers will heat us up.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway,
Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak digital event is coming out March 2022.
It's came out, yeah.
Well, it came out March 2020. Wait, no, hold on.
It happened on Tuesday.
Did it?
Oh, yeah, the digital event happened on Tuesday, which is where we got the news from. It's coming out. The game, the DLC is coming out on June 30th. So
the DLC is June 30th.
Yeah,
it is going to be priced at £33, which is the same as the game itself. Which, hopefully it has a decent amount of content. I don't know. I won't be playing it. Yeah. Even if I wanted to play it, I wouldn't be playing it because that is expensive.
Pricey, yeah. I mean, if it's anything like Iceborne, it'll have as much it'll have as much content as the base game. So it's nice. So I'm looking forward to it.
The final content for Rise seems to be coming near to the end of this month. Non-spoilery version of this content is... Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fine.
You've not been paying attention to the notes.
No, I've gone through it. Completely tuned
I've been paying attention to some of this stuff, but I've just been, I'm going over the last things. Before we move on to the ID Xbox Showcase, which was a 2.5-hour Twitch event, which Krem has probably watched all the way through to get us the latest and greatest on the new releases.
Yes. If I remember correctly, being a Twitch event, it was just a whole bunch of gamers talking for 2.5 hours and nothing actually from Xbox.
Probably. But on the subject of the new launches, a new game has been launched called Tunic, which is a interesting Zelda-inspired game without context.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to be honest here.
Wait, what? Hang on.
I'm going to be honest here. Games without context piss me off. as a person who enjoys a storytelling narrative and who enjoys crafting a storytelling narrative and who also likes to know what's going on in a game when you start out, i.e. a decently crafted tutorial, having a game that puts you in a world and expects you to learn the world without setup or foreknowledge is stupid.
And yet you'll want to play Elden Ring.
Elden Ring gives you a tutorial, though.
Oh, I guess this will as well.
Yeah, Elden Ring gives you a tutorial. What they've stated here is you have to learn the world without setup or foreknowledge. What this tells me is they have no tutorial. Now, they might have a controls tutorial, fine. But if you're not giving the player at least some degree of basic direction, because even Elden Ring does that. It's okay, it's open world, it's quite big, and it has like a lot of different places you can go. But even Elden Ring goes, hey, here's your open world, but also here's a little marker that points you in the direction of where you might be able to go and probably should be going at some point. So, yeah.
Okay. It looks more like it's not a you don't have any idea. It's you like a little bit of a quest, yeah, and a thing. It's a context based game, meaning you start with none and then you move around and you go, hey, what's this page? Oh, and then that tells you more. I was just quickly checking the blurb.
I don't mind games that do that. Okay.
Yeah. So it might just be a bad description there.
I mean, maybe, but at the same time, if a game actually does something like that, because I've seen games that have done something like that. I've seen a game that goes, okay, here, enjoy. And actually, here's a good example of that. Risk of Rain 2. Risk of Rain 2 throws you into the world. Like, Wasted actually pointed this out when I played with him. When I played Risk of Rain 2 with him, it was a case of, you're in the world. Okay, what do? You pick up an item. What does this item do? Okay, it does a thing, but you're not 100% sure of its exact effects. Oh, you're killing stuff now.
Yeah.
Fine, but there is no tutorial.
Yeah,
Risk of Rain 2 has no tutorial, and it is a major barrier to the game.
Yeah. I will say that is the one thing with Risk of Rain. Yeah, is that it needs some form of tutorial to just get you started.
Yeah.
But I mean, then again, it's also a roguelite, so there's already a semi idea of, like, based on every single roguelite. If you've never played any roguelites before, you'll be up cricket bat paddle. But if you played them before, you'll be like, oh right, okay, we know what we're doing. You know, we come in here and then there's stuff that you can only, like, you pick up stuff and stuff happens. I mean, Tunic is looks more like it's an RPG, so Zelda-like one, which is where which is probably where the lost bit comes from, because I mean, I remember playing the original Zelda on Game Boy and it was also like, where the fuck do I go now? I have a shield. What? I was lost in Zelda.
Like, some old guy told me to take a sword with me.
Yeah. I've taken my dad's sword and I've fallen off a cliff and then this bush attacked me. What? So
I don't deny that Tunic does look like a very pretty game.
Yeah.
And it does look very interesting. But again,
you're more worried if it's got an empty start, as it were.
Yes. Like, I do not enjoy a game that throws you at something and goes, have fun, and doesn't tell you anything about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a few games like that. I mean, have you played Hollow Knight? Because that one feels a bit like it sort of drops you in at the deep end.
I have not played Hollow Knight. It is a game that I've been looking into playing, but yeah.
Yeah, that one's, I mean, it's a it's a Metroidvania, but it's a Metroidvania with no in-game help for what you're meant to be doing, which is where I bounced off it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, hey, Tunic. I will probably play then if it's on Xbox Game Pass. Looks like it's on Game Pass, so I might have to have a look when it comes out. If it's out, it's out.
There
now,
you go.
I think.
Soon.tm.
Soon.tm. Yeah. Is it actually out? I can't. Oh no, it is. Yeah,
I
it's
believe
there.
so.
It is out.
It's straight up there. I might have to try that then. It looks. We might have a look, and then Lucian might change his tune if he sees it.
I mean, perhaps. I don't know. We'll find out. Next up, Immortality is an interactive film by the maker of Her Story.
Ooh.
Now, for those that don't know, Her Story is a crime sort of mystery-solving interactive recording game. It's a little weird.
Isn't that the one you play through their phone?
No, it's the one that you play through the recordings of her testimony.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Right, that's weird.
Yeah. So it's quite an interesting take on sort of a game style. I haven't watched an actual playthrough of Her Story. I haven't had time. The game is very extensive, but it does look very interesting. So Immortality is an interactive film. So again, similar style of game as far as I can tell, that is made by the same creator of Her Story. And I'm sure that'll be interesting to someone. It's not interesting to me personally, but it's not my style of game. In fairness,
I was about to say you seem to know it. Have you played it? Have you played Her Story? But no, in that case,
No.
I don't. I mean, I think because I'm just looking at the time and saying, I'm say pick.
The thing is, I do actually own Her Story.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I do. So it's one of those games that I'm like, okay, interesting. I could play it. I'm not going to, but I could.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many different games here. I think I'm just going to pick. I'm going to pick one because it looks like Lucian picked Immortality. I'm intrigued by Cursed to Golf.
Cursed to Golf.
A golf game where you die a lot. Like what? There's a few different golf games I've seen that are nice and silly. It looks like a 2D golf game. A golf-like adventure where every shot counts. Yeah, you've got to make it out. Oh, I've seen this one. Yeah, it's a 2D. It's a platformer with golf. Which is probably why it appealed to me, because it's a platformer, and you've got to play golf in a 2D platformer environment with spikes and traps and stuff, and you've got to break stuff, but you've got to survive. Obviously, you got to play it where it lies.
Technically, in Cursed to Golf, you don't survive. You die. Your goal is to get out of hell, apparently.
Yeah, okay, so you're already dead. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that's an interesting little one. The
one I'm interested in is the Escape Academy.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, it's limited. Oh no, it's never mind.
It supports local and online co-op.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
An escape.
So, it's literally a game about escape rooms.
Okay,
I think that would be fun.
That does sound fun, actually.
I mean,
I think that would be an interesting game to see the three of us play.
Oh yeah. I'd have to. I mean, it's not out yet, but it's coming soon. Oh yeah, just having a quick look at the images. It's Well, I mean, it's an escape room.
I'm just honest. I looked at the video here quickly, and yeah. Okay, it's an interesting one. I think that'd be a runner up for me, especially specifically.
Yeah. And we're getting yelled at for not mentioning Exoprimal. I can't see in the list. So
Exoprimal we actually skipped.
Oh, right, the Sony bit. Right, that's why I was like, what?
Yes, it's Capcom shows off Exoprimal, the Exoprimal reveal trailer. In 2043, there are dinosaur forecasts. Yes, the game rains dinosaurs out of a portal at you.
What?
I think that's all we need to know. But one of the games that I'm actually quite interested in from this list is Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn.
Okay.
Which is an open-world action fantasy RPG where gunpowder has just been invented.
Oh, God.
And that sounds very steampunk to me.
Yeah. Well, gunpunk, yeah. No, that's... Actually, the main character in that looks very much like I've forgotten the name, the straight up name for it, but she's one you played a while ago, Sarin, where she's fighting her way against the gods. She's like black face paint. I've forgotten the name of it.
Senua, was it?
Senua? Yeah. Character looks very similar to that.
Ish.
In terms of probably the same character model underneath, and they changed the colours. I'm gonna be honest, it looks like an Unreal Engine game. I've been staring at too many of those. But actually that looks kind of cool. Gods and guns collide. Yeah, Lord of the Rings with guns. Senua, Sacrifice. Something like that. Senua Sacrifice? I don't remember.
Hellblade, Senua Sacrifice, yeah.
That's the one. Can't remember the name. Never mind. Well,
it's been a week. The fact that we're doing this, and the fact that we're doing this recording at all is.
I think on that minor bombshell, I think we're going to call it there. Because we've all gone, I think all of us are just like burnt at the moment, just like
we are. Yes.
So
if you guys have stuck around till now, please like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
If you caught us at our worst, it only gets better from here.
Yeah. If you've enjoyed this one, it only gets better. So as I did in the intro, I'm going to do Lucian first. Shout outs for you, sir.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lucian V. Ghost. I am a YouTuber, Twitch streamer, variety person of all occasions. I am currently doing a bunch of Minecraft stuff, and I'm waiting on Sliver for some of that stuff.
It's weekend, okay?
Yes, I know. Yeah, it was meant to be 2 weekends ago, so you know. But yes, I also do Space Engineers Creations. I stream over on Twitch. I have YouTube channel, Twitch, and everything. Everything's linked below the stream. If you're interested in knowing about me, go there and have find out something. I don't know.
Be surprised.
Sarin, it's your turn. Go.
There you go, Sarin.
Of course, me next. Why not? All right. As mentioned, I'm SarinTal, gamer, husband, dad, Star Wars connoisseur, anything really. If you guys dare follow me on Twitch, you will see me currently playing through Star Wars The Old Republic on the Scoundrel campaign, so come down and tune in for that. And of course, Fridays are my multiplayer days with a random game of choice with a select group of friends.
Yeah. Any idea what game you're playing this time?
No.
Excellent. So
never.
Tune in and find out.
Tune in and find out. We'll see if Valheim's on the table. I think next week we're going to try to do Tabletop Simulator, as we've been trying to keep that on the last Friday of the month. So
cool. And myself, I'm TBSliver. You'll find me on every social network or things as TBSliver. Mainly over on Twitch. Twitch.tv/TBSliver. I've said that too many times. I am a variety streamer. I stream all sorts of things, mostly games or game-related stuff. Some software stuff. Recently, I've been working on some mods for Atlas for the Armco server that we're trying to spin up. So yeah, I might be doing some more of that tomorrow. I might also just be going screw it and playing Vampire Survivors or Horizon Zero Dawn if I get back to that game. So
by the way, Sliver,
what?
You need a head bash emote whenever you do Atlas Dev stuff.
Yes, I do need that. Yes, I need some more emotes for that sort of thing. So if anyone's got any ideas, hit me up. Just drop a comment. Drop a comment if you got any silly ideas, or you enjoyed it. Yeah, that sort of thing. Cool. Apart from that, thank you everyone for watching, and we'll catch you in 2 weeks' time, where we might actually be awake or have had coffee, because I know mine is sat downstairs with no water in because I hadn't boiled the kettle in time.
I want tea. I need tea. Give me tea. I need that sweet, sweet caffeine.
And on that note, catch you all next time. Ta-ra.